Her long, wing-like pectoral fins sway gracefully, keeping her afloat effortlessly. When she feeds, she lowers her head and feels the sand with her long nose, searching, feeling, waiting. No violence, no madness, just focus. The calm precision of an animal that has mastered its place in the universe. There are no scales on her skin. Instead, it is covered with a thin velvety layer that can tear like wet paper. But behind this fragility lies precision. Along her nose and head are rows of electroreceptors, microscopic organs that perceive the world around them like braille written with electricity. That's how she hunts. She can find a lone worm buried in the sand, feel the twitching of a fish hidden a few meters away from her. Her weapon is patience. There is a creature in the depths that looks like a secret that the ocean has forgotten to hide. Long-nosed Chimera Harriata sb. It's a ghost of evolution, a survivor from the days when sharks ruled a younger and wilder land. She belongs to an ancient family, older than dinosaurs, a relative of sharks that split hundreds of millions of years ago, and somehow, she's never changed. Her body is long and graceful, almost delicate, covered with soft silvery skin that reflects the slightest flicker of light. But what makes her really weird is her nose, a long, flexible muzzle that seems too big for her face. This nose is not an ornament. It's a radar, a living sensor that picks up electric fields pulsating in black water. Every movement, every heartbeat of another creature sends a signal, and the Chimera feels it. She doesn't see in the dark, she feels the darkness. The depths of the sea are a ruthless world. The temperature is close to zero, pressure can destroy steel, and sunlight is a myth. Most of the animals survive here by turning into monsters. The Chimera, however, became something else, a whisper. She doesn't rush, she doesn't struggle, she doesn't growl. She glides slowly and silently, like a dream from which the ocean will never wake up. The eyes of the long-nosed Chimera are another mystery. They are huge, glassy, and perfectly round, mirrors of the abyss itself. When they come into view of underwater vehicles, they glow green, reflecting artificial light like precious stones. However, in her own world, they are tuned to see the faint bioluminescence, the ghostly glow of other deep-sea inhabitants. For her, darkness is not empty. It is full of moving constellations. She also has a mouth. Beneath that delicate face is a jaw armed with dental plates, not sharp like a shark's but flat and chiseled. They look like ancient tools, ideal for crushing shells and bones of small fish. These dental plates grow slowly, layer by layer, like rings on a tree. Some scientists believe that the age of chimeras can be determined by counting them, although few have lived in captivity long enough to test this theory. But the strangest thing about this species is not what it does, but what it represents. The chimera is a relic from a forgotten world. Her skeleton consists of cartilage, not bones. Her reproductive organs are primitive, and males still have a pair of grasping appendages called claws, remnants of an evolutionary pattern older than that of mammals, birds, and even most reptiles. When a male finds a female, he uses these grips to hold her in place, a cruel and ancient ritual that has not changed in hundreds of millions of years. In the depths, where life is barely noticeable, time slows down too. The chimera's body grows in silence. The predators don't chase her. Only a few rivals challenge her. It seems that the ocean has decided to keep it as a secret specimen in the Museum of Evolution. Scientists sometimes call it a ghost shark, but that name is unfair. Sharks are hunters made up of muscles and bloodlust. A chimera is something more peaceful, a philosopher of the depths. Her movements are slow and deliberate, each stroke of the fin is precise. Watching her swim is like watching a thought float on water. And yet even she is not invulnerable. The abyss is changing. Rising temperatures, mining in the ocean, and environmental pollution are infiltrating her silent world. The chimera, ancient and unhurried, has no protection against the speed of human destruction. Her species has survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, and the birth of continents, but she may not survive us. There is something deeply humiliating about this. We think of evolution as progress, as a ladder, but the chimera reminds us that it is not an ascent. It's a circle. She proves that survival does not always mean change. Sometimes it means perfection achieved a long time ago. In it, we see what endurance looks like when it forgets about death. When you look into her glass eyes, you see how time itself looks back, unblinking, unhurried, indifferent. She doesn't need light to exist. She doesn't need us to remember. But maybe if we do, it will make a difference. And if you have penetrated so deeply into her world, support the channel. Every like, every subscription, every spark of your curiosity keeps these ancient stories alive. Because somewhere in the black silence of the ocean, a chimera is still gliding, the whisper of those times when the earth was young and the sea was endless.